The 17th technique of narcissism is shaming. Hi, I'm Dan Cassenti. I'm a novelist and I'm a cognitive psychologist. I'm putting together this series of videos that I call the Narcissism Encyclopedia. They review different concepts of narcissism to try to give a comprehensive view of narcissistic personalities. I'm doing these videos to try to help others out. If you don't want to wait for the next one, if you want access to all of the Narcissism Encyclopedia, it is on my website. It's a little bit less detail per entry, but it is in writing at dancassenti.com with a link in the description. Okay, so what is shaming? Shaming is what you might think. It's a technique of narcissism to try to create shame inside of a person who's in relationship with a narcissist. So shame is one of those really interesting emotions. With most emotions, we can see the utility in them. Happiness promotes goal achievement. Sadness provides us with an ability to understand when things are difficult and hard, and maybe when we should have some regret. You got anger, which is when you have a sense of injustice, you get tensed up and ready to correct whatever went wrong. If you have disgust, you're about to ingest something poisonous, or you're in a social situation that's poisonous to your moral code. Fear is an obvious one. It keeps you away from danger. But what is the function of shame? Guilt and shame are often confused with each other. Guilt is when you feel like a behavior that you exhibited caused harm to somebody else, and that you wish you hadn't have done that. Guilt serves a function too. It's part of sadness, but guilt allows you to understand what you should do next time, different, so that you're not doing harmful behaviors to other people. It helps to harmonize society. It helps to make us more moral, and to not hurt others. And those are great things that are going to support your life goals. Shame is another one, though. It's a little bit different because shame is a feeling about yourself, that you have personality traits that are harmful to others, that inside you are a bad person. And it's a bunch of nonsense. To consider yourself a bad person is not going to necessarily support your goals in the future, because if you're so bad, if you let shame go too far, there's nothing you can do about it, because it's just part of your nature, who you are. So shame can often lead to depression, it can lead to panic, it can lead to hopelessness, and I think that's maybe not so beneficial. And those are the kinds of things that narcissists love to create in their victims. Imagine that. You can have a technique where you describe somebody else as bad, convince them that they are, and then they're going to lose confidence and trust in their ability to treat others properly. You're going to be more dependent on the narcissist to help you understand what you can do to fix yourself. And they might even, quite literally, after shaming you, demand that you thank them or show some gratitude for them tearing you down like that and making you lose self-esteem points, because they're trying to give you feedback. They're trying to help you out. It's a very cynical, mean thing to do to somebody else. And so shaming is, causing you to believe that you aren't capable of treating others properly, that you're essentially a bad person. And it's a form of gaslighting. If somebody gives you a guilt trip, that's a little bit different, although I don't necessarily recommend doing that to others either. But to point out where behavior might have hurt somebody is one thing. To point out to somebody that they're a bad person because they are this or that is a totally different thing. What we want to do in loving relationships is point out to people how they might be able to improve, but shaming them along the way isn't necessarily going to help them. And if somebody's shaming you, they're probably lean narcissistic. So if you found this video to be helpful, please please subscribe, please put a comment down. Any of these things are going to help the Google algorithms see the importance of these videos and put them out to more people. I am not trying to monetize these videos. It would be great if that happened, but that is not one of my goals. I just want to reach out to people and help them understand narcissism so they don't get into abusive relationships. Thanks, and I hope this helped.